Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's Jimmy. Blah, blah, blah. I am Jimmy James. Thanks for joining me for this second half of Wigan as they host Wakefield Trinity in the Betfred Super League. Apologies, I wasn't able to do the first half, but it clashed with a Wisla Krakow live stream. However, as you can see above, Wigan at half-time, they've got an 18 points to 2 lead over Wakefield Trinity. Wakefield get us back underway in this second half, kicking from right to left. Wigan need this victory, that is for sure. We've dropped to third in the Betclic. Apologies. In the Betfred Super League, St Helens overtook them before this game had started. They will not be liking that. That's for sure. The bitterest of rivals, Wigan and St Helens. And Wigan, they've not been playing well, as we know. As we saw last week. I just put my bins on so I can see what's going on. That poor performance and beaten by a better team on the night against Hull KR last week. And what do Hull KR go and do this week? Hull KR go and lose against Leeds. Convincingly, they lost as well. Just goes to show, doesn't it? If Wigan could have got that victory, they would have been back fighting for the league leaders' shield now. As it is, we're struggling to keep second place. Like I said, St Helens have overtaken us now. Can't be having that. Cannot be having that. Just disappointing all round. So, first and foremost now, let's go for a runners-up spot in the league. That I think at the minute that's the best we can hope for. Wakefield just getting over the halfway line there. 3 tackles completed. Farrell in there with Ellis and Brad O'Neill over the 40. Harvey Hill in with a hard hit there. So 5th tackle, they're going to be kicking Wakefield from just inside Wigan's 40. It's a high kick. Not much distance on it though. It's going to land on the 10. Marshall's underneath it. Takes the catch, goes straight to ground. Quick shout out, if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell, and if you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. Share the stream. I'll love you forever. Eckersley driving it forward. We'll go through the team lineups. I'm not sure how accurate these team lineups are, because I can't see Douglas on the pitch at the moment. Harvey Hill driving it forward. We'll start off with Wakefield. They've gone with a Tony, Cozza, Fartilli, Griffin, High, Hood, Johnston, Jowett, Lino, McMeekan, Nicotimo, Pitts and Pratt. On the bench they've got Rourke, Scott, Smith and Staunton. Wigan, they're going with Byrne, Dupree, Eckersley, Ellis, Farrell, Farrimond, Field. Bevan French is back, and he is back. I've seen him on the pitch, so I'm looking at him now. So it's not an error by flash score. Bevan French is back, and he had a big hand in a try that was scored in the first half as well. Havard, Hill, Kieran, 2 tries in that first half for Adam Kieran. Douglas and Lehman. On the bench, they've got Patrick Mago, Marshall, Miski and Nsemba. Good to see Nsemba back after his enforced absence through failing a HIA. So that is the alleged starting lineups. Definitely not, but it's the squads anyway. So yeah, disappointing week for Wigan. Losing last week, like I said, to Hull KR. Pretty much handing the title to Hull KR, who fluffed the lines the other night against Leeds, but they can afford to get away with that now with the lead that they had in the league. Marshall driving it forwards over the 20. Jai Fielding at dummy half. Spreads it right to Eckersley. Eckersley tried breaking the line, but he's wrapped up there by Pratt. Brad O'Neill spreads it left to Walters. Walters drives it over the 40, makes 2 or 3 metres after the contact as well. Nice run there from Walters. O'Neill in at dummy half once again. He goes to the right-hand side to Ellis. Ellis misses out Bevan French and Farrell. Not a good pass really, but it was picked up well by Eckersley. Gets over the halfway line and 4 tackles completed. Adam Kieran in at dummy half now. Spreads it left to French. French to Ellis. Wigan spreading it to the left. Missed out pass there. Wardle to Marshall. Marshall's got room to run into. Head back. Pins his ears back inside to Nsemba. Nsemba drives over the line. Beautiful from Wigan. Absolutely appalling defence that from Wakefield. They look absolutely dead on the feet, Wakefield, and we've only just had, 5 minutes of this second half. Looks like Wigan saw it as well. They were spreading it to the right-hand side. Lots of missed passes. Nsemba gives it one of them. To the Wigan fans, he's back. We missed him last week, didn't we, against Hull KR. Liam Marshall, though, that early burst of pace, he pinned his ears back and Nsemba couldn't quite keep up with him, which worked out well. It meant there was no chance of the flat being, shall we call it, the pass being flat, shall we call it. It was definitely backwards, and Nsemba went over the line unchallenged. This is a little bit of a blow, this, to Wakefield. They would have expected to come here today knowing that Wigan are not playing well. Wigan have been pretty much knocked out of the title race by Hull KR next week. The only downside for Wakefield would have been the fact that St Helens overtook Wigan in the league, which is what's probably driving them forward now. So disappointed with that result last week against Hull KR. Could have been so different. Could have been so different. Would have been hot on Hull KR's heels now. Especially with Leeds wiping the floor with Hull KR the other night. It was almost like Hull KR took the foot off the gas, or that game against Wigan took so much out of them, but Wigan were by far superior. Leeds were by a far superior team, that's for sure. Harry Smith with a conversion, over it goes. They're making it Wigan 24, Wakefield Trinity 2. This could get ugly for Wakefield if they're not careful. Wigan will be wanting to. Let's have a look where. Let's have a look. As things stand, Wigan are level on points with St Helens. Obviously, this will take them back 2 points in front of St Helens. But Wigan Warriors, our points difference. St Helens, they've got 629 points for, 232 points against. Wigan have got 608 points for, so a 21 points difference there. But we've also let in 311 points, which is the big difference in the points difference. So we need to start catching up. A good 50-60 pointer today would be nice. Start closing that gap to the Saints on goal difference. Hopefully it won't come into it because we'll beat them on. We'll beat them on total points and not be relying on points difference. But it's so close at the top. Apart from Hull KR, who is still 8 points clear. If Wigan win this, they'll be 6 points clear still. The league title is Hull KR's. Like I've said, they will never admit it, but realistically it is. Farrell over the 40. 5 tackles completed. Leeming in at dummy half. He's looking for Harry Smith to his left. Smith's got time to put this kick in. He puts a long kick in. He puts a high kick in. Lots of spin on that kick as well. Lovely, lovely take though by... lovely take by Tony there. Although I'm not sure that is a Tony. I think it might have been Jowett. I think there's an issue here with the numbers. Can't rely on Flashcore to get the right numbers, that's for sure. Let's get this running behind us. Right, there we are. We'll catch up now. There we go. Don't forget, live chat is open. If you've had a bet, if you're a Wigan fan, if you're a Saints fan, if you're a Hull KR fan, get in live chat. Let us know what your thoughts are. Coming down the right-hand side for Wakefield Trinity. Chance here, wrapped up by Wardle, close to the sidelines as well. That was on the 5th tackle, so it'll be a handover to Wigan just outside their own 10. Nice run there from Lino. They're showing it us again. I'd seem to be watching what's going on live though. If you are joining us late, it was in the first half. Let's go through the summary. So it was an Adam Kieran try on 16 minutes, converted by Kieran. A Bevan French try on 24 minutes, converted by Harry Smith. A try from Eckersley on 32 minutes, and converted by Harry Smith. There was one penalty right 40th minute. The hooter had gone. So Jowett got at least 2 points on the board for Wakefield Trinity. Good to see. It's just a week too late, really, isn't it, to have Junior Nsemba back from his HIA enforced absence, and to get Bevan French back from his longish term injury. Would have been nice to have them back against Hull KR. How different would it have been? We'll never know. Maybe in the same outcome, maybe in worse. But I would have took that chance, that's for sure. 4 tackles gone. Hull trying to bring out the ball from their own goal line. They're just about 25 yards out. There's an issue here with Harvey Hill. There's training staff coming on all over the pitch there. Someone's dealing with Harvey Hill. I'm not sure whether there was a potential HIA that the video referee has spotted in the tackle. There is a HIA. The player injury was to Harvey Hill. He's got to come off. Looks like he's got a nice lump growing over his left eye. Gives it a little. He's a big unit for a young lad, isn't he? It was a clash with his own player, I think, Walters, into the tackle. Just having a look at it again. Oh yeah, it was the shoulder of Walters. Saw him drop to his knees, so definitely a HIA needed for that. He walked off looking okay though, so he will probably pass it. Let's see if he can remember his code words though. I think that's how they do it, isn't it? If you can't remember your code words, you're not coming back on and you've failed your HIA. Who's that player who plays for Wakefield there? Looks like Brad Fash. Got the same haircut. Number 30. Number 31. Alright, well that's not going to work. I don't know where they get these numbers from, Flashscore. They're pretty good, but when it comes to the rugby, you're pretty much on your own if you don't know who the opposition players are. Or you're relying on seeing the names on the back of the shirt, perhaps. High kick comes in. Ooh, what a good take. That was from High. Came over his shoulder as he caught that ball. Not easy to take at all, but made light work of it. And it wasn't High, it's Johnston. The numbers, they're all over the place. What's going on, Flashscore? That's a mullet and a half from whoever that is. I'll try and find his, when we get a close-up, I'll tell you who his name is, but he definitely looks like Brad Fash. Similar build as well. Walters and Ellis in the tackle there. 4 tackles completed. Wakefield just getting over their own 30, over the 40 now. This tackle coming up, so they're going to be kicking from within their own 40. It was Lino who puts a high kick in. Marshall's underneath it, takes it 15 yards out. He's already over the 20, 25. Pushing towards the 30, gets stopped just short of it. Wardle trying to break through the line there, gets wrapped up. Just short of his own 40. Now Nsemba's going to have a go. He's over the 40. And it is... I think it's Pratt. I think it's Pratt who looks like Brad Fash. Just put a good hit there in on Junior Nsemba. Adam Kieran's still going. Gets the offload away there to Farrell. There's room for Patrick Mago to run into. Mago's still running. He's still going on his own. He's going to get towards the line. No, he's not going to make it. Hands it off to Field. Field does get over. They might go back and have a look at this. There maybe was some interference. No, the referee points to the floor. He's quite happy. Patrick Mago there running the lines and broke the line. It all came from Cruz Lehman with a lovely pass there to Bevan French. It's flicked over to his right-hand side to Farrell. Kieran manages to get the offload away. And Wakefield look gassed out. They look like there's no energy left in that defensive set then. The players thought that Kieran was going to be tackled. Switched off. And Patrick Mago, there was a massive hole there. It'd have to be for him to run through it, which he did. Unfortunately, on his inside, he was just running out of gas and running out of room. He found Jay Field on his inside. 19 tries so far this season for the number one of Wigan. This is going to get ugly for Wakefield. I mean, we've got 55 minutes on the clock. They are definitely going to have to get a second win from somewhere because Wigan look like they're in the mood to put some points on someone. Wakefield look like they could be the victims. Hopefully everything's all right with the volumes. Yeah, easy conversion there for Harry Smith. Just have a quick drink. Just watching this try again replayed. Too easy. Too easy for Wigan, that. No risk involved in any of the passes. And Wakefield just switched off. They've gone for a short kick and they've actually got the ball back there. Chance here for Wakefield. Liam Byrne with the tackle. He scragged Jowett by the back of his shirt there. Fix again, messing about. Well done, Wakefield. At least they're giving it a try. Did well from that short kick-off, trying to batter the way over the line there. That was... No, it's going to be a penalty. Wigan messing about there. They didn't quite have the defensive line set. Back underway. McMeekin driving it in there. He's met by Walters. Gives him a push in the face. Wasn't happy with the afters there. Wasn't McMeekin. Still a yard short of Wigan's line. Right under the post. They're trying to spread it to that right-hand side now. They've got an overlap. It's closed quickly, though, because the touchline isn't his friend, whoever that is, and he's going to get dragged into touch. Then the ball came out as he's going over, and the referee's given a penalty saying it was a ball steal. Why would Wigan steal the ball? Marshall's arguing that point when he was heading towards the sideline. Well, if you're that confident, Wigan, you have a captain's challenge. He just let go of the ball when because Marshall had hands on it. Very, very clever play that from Wakefield. Just to let go of the ball as you went over the sideline and say then it looks like a ball steal. Should have captain challenged that, Wigan. Didn't do so, though. Chance here now for Wakefield. Now they're going to go over the sideline, surely. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. There is not a better team that I've seen, excuse me, around the globe. Sorry, flat earthers. At getting players over the sideline. Whether it be from a high kick of their own doing, defending a high kick, or teams trying to get round the sides of Wigan. They are just the best at getting players over the sideline. It starts with them being held up and then keep that momentum then going towards the sideline. Marshall driving it over the 20 just by inches. Cruz Leeming's in at dummy half. Short pass to Walters. Walters is hit hard there. Still makes a yard after contact though. 3 tackles gone. Patrick Mago. Little offload there to look like Tyler Dupree. In fact, it was Liam Byrne. Mago spreading it about here in the line, and it's coming down the right-hand side for Wigan. Wigan, Eckersley there did ever so well to take that ball in. It bounced just before him. It's going to be a kick from Harry Smith inside his own 40. Booming towards the sideline. It's returned by Huddersfield. In the tackle from Nsemba. The ball's been dislodged. I'm not sure who the player is, but he's been knocked out, it looks like. He's laid there. He got absolutely flattened. It's now been given as a penalty for Wakefield. What for? It was just a hard hit. It looked fair. Well, let's have a look. If this is a penalty, then somebody's going to the bin. Because the ferocity in which it came in, that's what dislodged the ball. Not that it was high or anything, it didn't look like. And that's not Wigan tinted glasses on. I'm just... Let's have a... I mean, the first thing that we need to sort out is that the player's all right. But the ball just came out instantly, and he just kind of laid as though he'd been laid out. He's sat up now, which is a good sign. But I'm not sure what actually is going on there. Why the referee gave a penalty? Just because a player gets injured doesn't necessarily mean it's a penalty. Surely Wigan will be challenging this. The video referee's getting involved now. I mean, who actually made contact first is going to be difficult to establish, and Nsemba came flying in for a start-off. Yeah, the player's up now. Well, you've got to go off surely then for a HIA. Let's start with the basics first. He's given a penalty. The Wigan players are looking a little bit bemused as to what's actually gone on there. Well, here we go. Somebody's getting either sent off to the bin or it's going to be a red card. Is it Ethan Havard? Liam Marshall's being called over with Havard. What? I'm trying to... Yeah, it's a yellow. It's a sin bin. It's... I can't hear what's being said. I just saw the referee. Oh, yeah. Actually, Havard, it was the player who kind of ran into Ethan Havard's shoulder there, but I understand why he went down. It was... Well, just move on from that. They've made the decision. I don't understand why it's a yellow and not a red. I think they maybe said there wasn't intent or sufficient force or something, but it was kind of the player who ran into Ethan Havard. And Havard kind of just turned himself to protect himself, if anything, and the player ran into him. But you can only go with what the video referee goes with, can't you? It's not going to change anything, so we move on. 60 minutes gone. Wigan 30, Wakefield 2. Wigan a man down though now, so what will Wakefield do with this man advantage? We'll find out. Harvey Hill, I think he's past his HIA, so he can come back on. Lino with a little chip into the corner. Marshall's underneath it. Rises well, Marshall. Breaks the line, Marshall. He's away. He's pinning back his ears again. Needs support. Can't get it, so he takes a tackle. Great play from Liam Marshall once again. Cruz Lehman in at dummy half. Short pass to Wardle. No, he takes it himself. Doesn't get very far though, and he's scragged to the floor. Harry Smith moves into dummy half now. Spreads it right to Marshall. Marshall over the halfway line. Happy to take the tackle though. Wigan will just see this period of 7... just under 8 minutes down. With a man down, I should say. Walters gets over the 40. What's going on now? The referee's blown his whistle. There's a player. HIA. It was the player. It was the player. He should have gone off initially for the HIA. He didn't do. He stayed on. Now he's going off for a HIA because he's all wobbly. Well, why was it not mandatory if the player looked like he'd been knocked out, and it did look like he'd been knocked out? Why was he not? Why was it not mandatory that he went off? And it was for. I don't know who the player was. According to this, he's not even on the pitch. Smith puts a low kick in, on the 5th. He faked the high kick. Now Nsemba comes in with a tackle. Lino picked the ball, got to the ball first there, and Nsemba absolutely flattened him. Maybe he was looking to say there was head contact there as well. Get 2 players in the bin for Wigan. There was nothing wrong with a tackle from Nsemba. He went low and he absolutely snapped Lino. 3 tackles gone. Wakefield's still inside their own 30 there. They're getting a little bit frustrated, Wakefield, that Wigan are managing to slow them down at the play of the ball. Now McMeekin over the 40. Back to McMeekin with a handover. They've brought the line. They've got Jai Field coming back. There's a tackle from Bevan French who gets back. He knocked the ball backwards. And I think Jai Field has knocked the ball on. So whether there was 2 knock-ons in this phase of play, or whether there was the first knock-on from, yeah, it was. The first knock-on was from Wakefield, so it should be head and feed to Wigan. Unless they're saying it was knocked out by Bevan French. No, I don't think so. It should be head and feed to Wigan. Harvey Hill's back on, so yeah, like he obviously passed his HIA. So much good rugby league coming up, that's for sure. We're getting towards the business end of the season now. Harvey Hill gets over the 30, wrapped up though, can't get the offload away. How long's left? Till 5 minutes of that. Ethan Havard sin binning. So Wigan are playing a player light. Liam Byrne trying to get over the 40. Can't quite get there. Looking a little bit more energised now. They've got the man advantage. Wakefield. Harvey Hill drives over the halfway line. 5 tackles gone though. Smith's going to be kicking from just inside his own half. What's he going to do? Puts a high kick in. It's going to land about 15 yards out. Oh, it's been knocked on. Butterfingers. It was a high hanging kick. Farrell, Marshall. They were probably in the eye line of the fullback, who's is it Scott who's dropped that? It is. got Butterfingers there, so it's now a man light or not. It's a dangerous position for this for Wigan. Smith puts the ball in there. They come down this right-hand side. It's with Bevan French. He tries breaking the line himself. He's pulled down a metre short. Farrell in at dummy half. Spreads it left to Smith. Smith to Hill. Hill's driving it in now. Takes the tackle on the 10. Pretty central. Wigan can go left or right. Leeming goes left. Liam Byrne just drives it forward, looking to get over the line himself. Gets the offload away to Leeming. Leeming's trying to find a gap. Wakefield are not set in defence. He's going to have to take the tackle though there, because was that Waterloo broke the line and interfered with the defence. So yeah, we don't want to be giving a... Well, we know this is going over the line, don't we? Wigan down the right-hand side, a man like or not. Loads of room outside for Eckersley. Just walks over the line, puts the ball down, and that's a man short. A definite lack of energy here for Wakefield. Probably done him a favour that Wigan are a man light, because otherwise I can't see can't see Wakefield getting out of their own half. Even a man down. So much room on this right-hand side for Wigan. Lovely quick hands from Farrell there, and Eckersley in acres of space. I mean, you'd have been disappointed. You'd have been disappointed if Wigan had a full complement. The fact that they're a man down and to have so much space for Zach Eckersley. He's had 10 tries this season for Wigan, and he won't score a much easier one than that. Once he'd caught the ball, he could have stumbled over the line. He had that much space. You know, this is poor from Wakefield. I don't know if they've got injuries or... To be honest, I don't know much about this Wakefield side. But when they're pushing to get into the playoffs, this performance that they're putting in now, it looks like they've got no belief. It looks like they've got no energy. Harry Smith's taking his time, doing his laces up. The clock will stop. Yeah, Bevan French is coming off. Brad O'Neill replacing Bevan French. Gets a great reception as he goes off. The Wigan faithful, including me, will be glad to see that Bevan French is back. Just goes to show what a huge part of this Wigan team Bevan French is. Good in defence, especially down this right-hand side where Wigan have struggled, but also in attack. When there's a lack of go forward ball. He just pulled this one to the right of the post there. So the score will stay Wigan 34, Wakefield 2. Yeah, when Wigan are not getting go forward ball, you're relying on, let's be honest, Jai Field breaking the line. It's a lot of pressure to put on one player. You're then hoping that Wardle or Marshall can come in, or Zach Eckersley, and do a job, and they can. Wakefield goes short again from this kickoff. Eckersley rises well, takes the ball. So, yeah, the fact that we've got Bevan French back now also gives the opposition someone else to think about instead of focusing on Jai Field. Wigan will be starting from their own 40. Spreading it down that left-hand side. Still 42 seconds left of this sim binning for Ethan Havard. Definitely lucky not to get sent off once that penalty had been given, because there was contact with the head, unless they said there was mitigating circumstances, because Junior and Sember had already just made the tackle. And it almost looked to me as though Havard was protecting himself when he turned his body. Harvey Hill up to Wakefield's 40, fifth tackle. Smith puts a high kick in. Goes sideways and high. Not really forward. Marshall volleys it forward. Volleyed it forward on the full there. No, Wigan have been caught offside from that Liam Marshall volley. Yeah, penalty to Wigan. No, there's... Still in their own half, though, Wakefield. Still in their own half. That's 2 tackles gone and the penalty. Oh, they've just inched over, and it is inches over the halfway line. Pretty central. Trying to come down this left-hand side. No, it gets straightened up. They're over Wigan's 40. Met by Harvey Hill, Ethan Havard, who's back on, and Walters. You're not getting much farther once that trio hit you. Lino keeps it going to the right-hand side, and Sember in the tackle. 4 tackles completed. Wakefield up to Wigan's 30. Fast hands there from Wakefield, trying to come down Wigan's right-hand side, which is normally the weakness, but yeah, Wigan had numbers there. So the 5th tackle, they're going to be putting a high kick in, are they, from about 15 yards out? Yep. Chipped over to the right-hand side, and Sember gets up well, uses his height and size, picks the ball up, lays it off to Field. Field to Marshall. Marshall's over the 10. Bit of basketball going on here from Wigan. Eventually, Marshall's down to about 13 yards out. Full of confidence, this Wigan team, and at a score line of 34 points to 2. Why wouldn't you be confident? Walters gets over the 30. Now, Wakefield have been caught offside. Surprises me that, because they're so leggy. I'm surprised they even managed to get back towards. Yeah, that's what they did. They weren't quick off the mark. They just didn't even get back towards the referee. Could have been 3 or 4 plays that he pinged there. Either way, Wigan will be starting on the halfway line now. Harvey Hill driving it towards the 40. Pulled down just short. 9 minutes to go. This is going to be a long 9 minutes if you're a Wakefield player or a fan. That is for sure. Havard drives it forward. 35 yards out. O'Neill's in at dummy half. Spreads it to his left-hand side to Smith. Smith, couple of dummy passes there to Field. Field into the line. Can't break the line though. Lino's there. Lino's just been hit in the eye, in the head from his own player. Very similar to what just happened to Harvey Hill. Definitely going to be a HIA here. It was his own player who caught him. He's up now. I'm not... Yeah, he didn't get knocked out. I think he just caught one on the bugle from his teammate as they both went into the same tackle. Oh yeah, it was. Oof, blimey. Who was that? Was it... I think it was Staunton, it was, who rammed his shoulder. Rammed his shoulder into Lino's nose. Now he's being mandatory forced to go off by the referee for a HIA, so that's him done. He doesn't want to go off, but, yep, mandatory. Sin bin, but there's some, ignore that. Ignore this. It's not a sin binning for Wakefield. It's an injury, a mandatory HIA assessment from the referee. Wigan down that left-hand side. Marshall's going to get in at the corner. This will go upstairs. He jumped into the air as he does, put the ball down, but it's whether he was in touch before that. Let's see what the video referee says. Marshall looks a little bit unsure. He's not giving anything away. He's close to the sideline. If If it is a try, it'll be 149 Super League tries for Liam Marshall. So he's in play, he's in play. His body's out of play, but everything's in the air. What a finish. What a finish from Liam Marshall. That is his 149th play, and that's finishing. That is world-class finishing, that. Definitely going to be a try. Yep, it is. Yeah, it's been given. It looked for all intents and purposes that he was going to get pushed into touch there, Marshall. He kind of pivots his body and still manages to keep his ball carrying hand in the field of play to put it down. It's pretty spectacular what he does. He actually jumps into touch himself, but because he's in the air, incredible how he does that. An athlete of the highest order is Liam Marshall. 149 tries in the Super League, so just one shy of his 150. Who says I can't do maths? Yeah, and like I said, ignore that. I think someone's had a brain fart at Bet365. It was a mandatory green and white card that forces the player off for a HIA assessment. So they are definitely not a player light. This kick is right on the touchline. You can't get any closer. Smith with the kick. Yeah. We didn't see it because they focused in on his face as opposed to where the ball was going. He did miss it anyway. Superb finish. 74 minutes gone. 38 points to 2. Wigan in the lead. Wakefield are going short again. Eckersley rises again. I think Eckersley got the final touch and knocked it. Oh, it's been knocked on by Wakefield there, the referee says. They're not complaining, so probably because they haven't got enough energy. They look absolutely dead on the feet, Wakefield. So it's going to be Patrick Mago to get us back underway. Brad O'Neill in at dummy half. Spreads it to the left to Havard, to Nsemba. Nsemba drives it in. He's still going, just short of the halfway line. O'Neill Marshall in play from dummy half again. Ethan Havard straightens it up. He gets over the halfway line, makes 5 yards after contact with 3 Wakefield players in the tackle. Not good enough, that. Not good enough from Wakefield. Nsemba drives it over the 40. 3 tackles completed. O'Neill in at dummy half. Leeman and O'Neill on the pitch at the same time. Short pass to Havard. Havard drives it forward. He's wrapped up by 4 Wakefield defenders this time. Wigan just short, about 35 metres out. Pretty central. Patrick Mago tries his luck. He gets to about 25 yards out, looking for the offload, but gets wrapped up. What are Wigan going to do here with Smith? He puts a high kick in. It's going to land about 10 yards out. Nobody gets a touch on it. Field eventually picks it up, drops the ball. And then Walmsley it was, the player who went off before for Wakefield when Havard got his sin bin in. So good to see that he's passed his HIA and he's back on the field. 3 tackles gone, 4 minutes left. Wakefield still inside their own 30, trying to come down Wigan's right. Over the 40. Walters with a tackle. They're trying to drag the player into touch. Referee calls held. Eckersley's saying there was a knock on. He's pleading with the assistant. No, the referee says it wasn't lost, it was stolen. Wigan have got a captain's challenge left. Why not challenge it? Oh, they are. They are going to captain's challenge it now. I was going to say, there's no point going to 80 minutes not using your captain's challenge. So who was in there? It was Harvey Hill with hands on ball, with Eckersley, Walters, Lehman's there, but he's not actually in the tackle. Well, there's certainly more than one in the tackle if it was a ball steal. Harvey Hill. It looks to me like the Wakefield players just dropped it because Harvey Hill's moved his arms out of the way. And then the ball comes free. Whether the ball came free... Actually, it looked like the Wakefield player only had possession of it because he was resting it on Hill's arm. And when Hill moved his arm away, the ball dropped out. It's not reefed out. For me, successful challenge. They've got a good view of it here as well. There's no reefing action there. It just drops out. For me, it's a successful challenge. Oh no, they said challenge inconclusive, so Wigan will retain it, but the decision's not reversed. The referees union sticks together once again. So Wakefield, 0 tackle. They're on the halfway line, literally on the halfway line, almost on the centre spot. Driving it in, up to Wigan's 40. McMeekin just drives it forward. He's met by Hill and Havard. Probably loses a yard after contact there. 77 minutes gone. Cheeky offload there from Wakefield. Trying to break that line again. Closes that gap quickly though. Harvey Hill and Walters. Good defence there from Wigan. Lino. Now they're trying to come down the right hand side. Wrapped up by Wardle, Smith and Nsemba. They're going to put a kick in here. It's on the 5th tackle. Awful little kick comes into Marshall. Marshall to Field. Field, he's got the full length of the field to go. It's a foot race. It's a foot race. Has he got the pace? He cuts inside now. Now the tackle's made. Gets dumped to the floor. Lehman in at dummy half. There was a left winger who came all the way across. More danger now down the right-hand side. Oh, what a beautiful sidestep. Is he going to get over the line and put the ball down? Walters with a sidestep and enough strength at the end to plonk the ball down. I thought he'd blown it then, had Walters, but he hadn't. He had, I think it might have been Eckersley outside of him, but he didn't need him. Beautiful sidestep. Video referees involved here. On-field decision is a try. Not sure what they're checking at. So 4 players are in attendance there making the tackle. Only 3 are making contact. Are they trying to say his ball carrying arms not touched the ground yet? Now he stretches over and plonks that ball down. Never left contact with his hand. 4 points on the board for Wigan. Great finish that from Walters. It's one of them where he had the ball in one hand. You know when they like hook it around there and he just plonked it down. Beautiful finish. 38 points to 2 Wigan lead. Conversion to come. On-field decision. Try. Referee's decision. Third video referee's a try. Referee blows his whistle and points to the floor. 42 points to Wigan. 2 points to Wakefield. Conversion to come. Is it going to be Harry Smith to take this conversion? It should be pretty straightforward as well. It all came from that beautiful offload from Liam Marshall. Guy Field running full length almost. The full back from the left from the left-hand side came across and made the tackle, but then there was a gap on the right-hand side where he'd come from, exploited by Wigan. Walters with a lovely sidestep inside, finished it well using his size, grounded the ball beautifully. It just feels, though, even with this victory, it feels like it's a day late and $1 short for Wigan. That's if they wanted to go for the league title, that is. Straight through the middle for Smith. That'll be 44 points to Wigan. And that's pretty much the game over. They'll probably go short again, Wakefield. There'll be one play and that'll be it. And then my voice can have a rest. 2 streams on the run, taking its toll on me. Who said just talking's easy? Frankie James is great at it. I don't know if she doesn't wear her voice out. She's a chatterbox. Wakefield have gone long this time. Try and concede no more. Wigan drive it up to their own 20. They'll just take their time now. Patrick may go driving it in 25 yards out. Probably 2 more plays and that'll be hit. That'll be it. Maybe a long hit down the field from Smith towards the end. See if we can get another couple of points on the board. Knock on there, then a knock on from field. That'll be the end of the game, full time. Right, I am Jimmy James. Thanks ever so much for watching. I am going to go and rest my voice. Well done, Wigan. Day late and $1 short, like I said. Commiserations to Wakefield. Please hit that subscribe button, ping that notifications bell, give us a thumbs up, share the stream. I'll love you forever. Stream support today, links in the description. I'm out of here. Well done, Wigan.